What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
OD
Podcast.
Podcast. Period. This right here is mine. Do you ever think about okay. You know how people talk about how music is trash now, all people doing is TikToking to it. But
Yeah.
that is not even like you think about the Soulja Boy era, it's the same thing.
I ignore people about when it comes to music conversations just because I always try to stay up on, current music just because I don't want to be that person that just be like, oh, in my day.
Yeah,
So
nothing's changed.
it's
Like
like
literally the
it's
Soulja
the
Boy
same thing.
era. Hmm.
It's the same thing.
Literally the same thing. Dances that went viral on social media that were associated with certain songs. And Soulja Boy music, I mean, he's not he's not like the best rapper, and neither are the people from this present day, but he definitely made
Yeah.
bops. And it's just funny how things how things my mom used to always say history always repeat itself when it comes to fashion and trends and stuff like that. But it's just always funny how the newer generation thinks that it's like original when nothing is original ever at any point.
Even when we were like babies, like R&B music was not as accepted as it is now. Like that um style of R&B music because it was very raunchy. Like Mary J. Blige and all those other people that were making music. First of all, they were using samples and remakes, something that people be thinking like, oh, y'all overdoing it now, but realistically, they
Literally,
the
bruh, I say this all the time. The songs that you think not, you think people think these songs not sample because they don't recognize the sample.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a sample. And then they used to rap. I mean, like the R&B music started to get more like rough and raunchy, and it wasn't the same as before. So of course they said the same thing. Like it's literally the same thing.
Yeah,
That's why when
even when
people
you talk
just start
about
doing
like
that, I just be looking crazy. Like I mean,
music has always been explicit too. I mean, there's literally music dating back to the 20s that talked about, sex and stuff. I do think it's more widely accepted. And I also think that in the 90s and I'll say the 90s, maybe the 80s and prior, they were more metaphoric than straight up talking about, spin around with it still inside.
oh, in the 90s they did too.
I know,
R&B.
but I think that it's way more common now. But I also think there's
Oh, for no.
way more artists also. So anyway,
Yeah.
how your week been?
Um, my week has been pretty good. The only thing that I'm annoyed by is a few things I'm annoyed by. My nail salon that I go to wasn't open today. Womp womp.
You be getting full sets?
Yeah, girl,
You should use press ons.
girl, please. I get a pedicure and a gel manicure, but they was closed. I normally try to get it when I get my haircut, but they was closed. So, what else that I was irritated about? Oh, I haven't cleaned my apartment this week. I normally clean on Mondays, and I'm behind. I haven't done laundry, so I don't know. I just been out of it.
Why don't you hire a housekeeper for the week? Or not for the week, but this week. Like have somebody come in and take care of that.
I have a lot of problems with using people services and they don't show up.
Oh wow. I haven't had that
I've,
problem.
I've booked a few people on TaskRabbit and other.
Mm-mm, go on Thumbtack. And on Thumbtack, you
They
can see
didn't
how
show up.
really see when I use those services, I look at how many people near me have used them before. I read the reviews and I look at their any awards they might have won from the app. I make sure they be got there.
Yeah, I make sure that I'm like the person that I picked had like 500 reviews. Like he was almost a
Wow.
public score. And so when he didn't show up, I'm like, something maybe have happened to him or something. So he hit me like 3 days later, like, oh, I had COVID. But I'm like, child, the
Okay.
shit on the wall by now.
That happened to me. Let me tell you, in the world of dog grooming, it's very when you have a dog that actually needs a stylist, it's very hard to number one find a good groomer and find one that's available. So rule of thumb, like for example, if you have any kind of doodle poodle mix, they have to get haircuts, and that's every 6 to 8 weeks. So if you find somebody and you like them, your best bet is to make an appointment their next appointment the same day as the present appointment. Because like with Hazel, sometimes I've gone 4 or 5 months without being able to get her an appointment with a good groomer. And unfortunately, because she has hair and not fur, it mats up so easily. So now she's going Thursday, but they're gonna literally have to shave her tail, shave her ears, and it's only so much I can really. When it gets long, it's like us. If our hair is like how my hair right now is in these 4 braids, because I really didn't know what else to do. Because if I didn't do that, then it would be matting up. So anyway, it's just kind of like that. I had I booked on 2 separate occasions. I booked 2 separate mobile groomers because I just felt like it would be more convenient because I'm working from home. Just come groom. They'll park in the parking lot, do what they gotta do. But the first girl, she didn't show up, no notice, no nothing. And she hit me up a couple days later saying that she had broke her arm. Sweetie, I've seen people typing with their toes. Okay, say
Okay,
something.
right.
And then and she used to groom my next door neighbor's dog for a long time. Now when I booked her, that neighbor had moved, but to me it's like, okay, perfect. You know where I live, you're not unfamiliar, blah blah blah. So okay, cool. Then the next lady is where I met this lady at the HOA meeting, and she suggested her to me. Now this lady don't have no social media, no website, but she been doing grooming for 17 years, blah blah. I'm like, okay, y'all say she good, and her name just like mine. All right, let me book with her. I booked with her, and the day of, now mind you, I booked with her after I already been behind on appointments because I couldn't find nobody. Anyways, I get a text message talking about, hey, so the girl name is Alicia. She was like, hey, this is such and such texting on behalf of Alicia. Alicia's not feeling good, blah, blah, blah. So she's not gonna be able to come. Sweetie, you didn't even have to say that. You could have just said, I need to cancel your appointment. To me, that gives lie. You lying. I don't care.
Yeah.
Cause I don't even know who I'm talking to. So anyway, I understand what you mean. It's like you try to book with both of those places were referrals, and then what's crazy is after that happened, those people was like, yeah, I had an issue with her too. Why are y'all referring people that y'all had bad experiences with, but you're not saying that when you refer them?
You know me, if I have a bad experience, I'll tell you.
Me too, but it's happened so many times. I've had movers damage my stuff, and people have told me they had a bad. It's like, why would you suggest that? And if you do suggest, you need to offer a disclaimer.
Yeah, I
It's
say
very
that.
strange.
Um, I'm actually hate to sound like me, child, because first of all, I don't get my locks twisted that often. But my stylist, she come out here every other month, and she hasn't come out here in like a while because of the flights have been so expensive. So I haven't got my hair done since March, and I just got my hair done on Sunday. So it's
Does she
giving her.
come out there for a certain occasion?
She come out here to work. She got clients out here, so she'll book like 5 days, and she'll pay like a day rate at a salon and just work.
Oh wow, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, some people have like chairs. Like this one, the barbershop that I was going to when I first moved here, when I kept getting stood up. See what I'm saying?
Oh, you was going through it. I forgot about that.
um, so the owner of that barbershop owns that whole block pretty much. So it's giving Salon Ramsey. So he has it's called RVM. Let me not give him no free promo, but they have
I can't
that
guarantee
name.
that I'm gonna edit it out. I be sleepy editing.
Oh well, whatever. If you heard it, you heard it. They have like a RVM twist, RVM barbershop. It's 2 barbershops. It's literally 3 lock salons, like where people twist hair, and then across the street is a hair salon. So I'm like, they got their whole block on lock.
All right, I want to open up a salon suite.
Money, because let me
Yeah.
tell you something. I don't even like my barber. I'm okay with him or whatever. I'm okay with what he got going on because he owns the barbershop. But for real, when I get my hair done now and stuff like that, I don't like being in the barber in like the area with everybody.
Oh,
I would
okay. You
prefer
want
to
the
get to
private
go
space.
to a stylist where I
Yeah, me
get a
too.
suite.
And it's
Because
more peaceful.
it's more peaceful. I can have like a conversation with my stylist, like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't have to. I don't know. Like I got my hair done the other day, and it was in an open salon, and I ain't mind it, but too many questions. Like I don't from other people just around.
Yeah, I can understand that. Actually, I'm trying to think. I haven't been to a hair salon like that in a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's I can't. It's to be
Earlier
fair.
this year, I actually spoke to someone about investing in a opening a franchise for salon suites, but I just the timing wasn't the best. I can't do it right now, but I do plan on doing it in the next couple of years. Cause I thought that you had to have a license, a cosmetology license to do it, but you don't. And
Now
so
that I would do.
yeah, well maybe we should do it together. That'd be cool. We can put it in
I would do
LA.
that. Yes. Oh, because
I'm
we
very
have one.
I'm very serious about it. It's I think I can't remember how much they wanted up front. I think it was like 60 racks up front or something like that. But I think it could be that could be lucrative for real for real. We get a nice office manager. You know. I'm not opposed to it. But yeah, I definitely spoke to somebody. I spoke to a guy, he was based out of Florida, and this is just for one chain. But I'm like the reason why I didn't proceed with getting more information from him, because I'm like, what's is it better to just buy my own spot and do it, but the only thing is they provide the equipment and stuff like that. But anyway, we can look
Yeah.
at
Okay.
that.
So,
Anyhow, all right, you got a black business of the week.
so I do have a black business of the week. It's a little different. So so I'm not. I've tried a lot of diets. I mean, we've been doing this podcast for a minute, and since we've been doing it, I've tried a lot of different diets. So I've come to the conclusion that I just need to cut out certain things in my everyday diet and just work on it that way. Like cut out certain. Anywho, um, I was thinking about going back vegan, and then I'm like maybe vegetarian. So I was just looking up things to eat on YouTube and came across this one girl's account. Her name is Plant Based Princess. Her name is Reed, but her um, account is Plant Based Princess. So I like her page because it's very she speaks on the level that I can understand for one. So that's good. And then she explains the reason why she eats certain things and the reason why she cut it out. So it makes sense. It's like
Hmm.
she's not just doing things just because the internet says, hey, you need to take this for this, blah, blah, blah. She knows what she has. Like she went and got a blood test and she know what her blood type, she's eating for her blood type, eating for her gut, eating for her heart health, eating for her vitamin deficiency, or if it's too high, whatever she's eating for that, and I appreciate it. So I was on her page. I was just looking. I mean, like even her boyfriend eats like that too. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cute to see them like, and what that she makes videos like what I eat in a day or what I eat in a week, and it's just authentic. It's like stuff that you already have in the refrigerator that you never would have thought to put together or
Yeah, I
make.
need some
You
of
know
them
what I'm saying?
recipes because I got a lot of flaxseed and I'm tired of putting it in my smoothies and going to the bathroom.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's like you can use that stuff that you normally wouldn't or will let go bad. You can use it in another way. It was
Yeah.
another girl I found that did the same thing too. I forgot her page, but Plant Based Princess is a really good one.
All right.
Her, I'll give it. I'll send her page so you can put her
You
in
know,
there.
a YouTuber that you put me onto a while, but I actually recently unsubscribed because I wasn't even cooking the stuff. But smoking and grilling with AB,
Oh yeah,
he
he
out there
good.
with yeah. He be like, I can't. I forgot. It's something he always say. He always repeat the same words.
You know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like
He be like, yeah, so you can but yeah, I think he bought a food hall out there somewhere. Him and this Asian guy.
oh really? I ain't know. He always you follow him on Instagram or something?
YouTube.
Oh, you
But
was
you could
still watching it.
well, no, I was subscribed up until a couple of weeks ago, but sometimes YouTube has a really good algorithm. They'll still show you some of the stuff sometimes on the homepage. But he has a few recipes that I like, that I'll go back to. But the thing is, I cook, but I don't cook that often because it'd be so many dishes. I cook 2-3 times a week. So I don't always get a chance to do his recipes, and my
Yeah.
recipes always have connected ingredients, so I can save money on my grocery runs. So
That's my problem now. I just I don't really like going out to eat no more. Like if I do it, I make going out to eat a thing because at one point it's just norm. Like I just go out to eat every day. So now I make it a thing. When I go out to dinner, I'm going to a nice restaurant that I want to try, whatever. But otherwise, I'm cooking. So that's my problem. So I don't be wanting to wash dishes after I eat, or you know.
yeah, it's a lot, and I have a lot of non-dishwasher safe skillets and stuff. So I just be like, oh god,
Yeah.
here
Oh
we
yeah.
go.
I don't even think to use my dishwasher, but
Oh
maybe I
baby,
should.
I use it down. I use it more than I cook. But okay, cool. I'll put the episode. I mean, the episode notes. I'll put the YouTube page in the episode notes, and let's get into tweets from the streets. Who had a tweet from the streets?
I had to
Miss
tweet from-
Snaggletooth.
So I saw this post keep going around on Twitter and Instagram, and it says, hold on, let me pull her up because I honestly, I was like, you know what, same.
Shame is
I
what you
mean,
should be saying.
I'm honest. I don't care. One thing about me,
I can pull it up because it's right here in our DMs.
hey, Young Thug too, by the way, free Thugger.
Happy birthday to that boy. Okay, I'm gonna read it since Draco can't find it. It
I
says,
found it. I got a
okay.
little, I got a little Chrisean in me. That's why I don't say much when y'all talk about her.
That's embarrassing.
Let me tell you something. I really be sitting here thinking about just like the past relationships that I've had with people who I really liked and just how chaotic it was and just the crazy shit that I've done to just stay with them.
Mm-mm.
It might be a little Chrisean. And now the gag is I ain't missing no front tooth, but that side tooth wiggling.
Mm-mm. That little girl
A
needs
lot more in
she
common
need to
than
find some self-love ASAP. It's really
she
embarrassing.
do. She do.
It's
But that's why I
embarrassing.
said a little bit of Chrisean. I got a
Well,
little. I
what's
got
the bit? The athletic part? Because she has. Listen, do your thing between you and God.
exactly. Stop judging me.
I can't help that part. You can't. But yeah, I can't lie. I don't got. I know we said every other week. I couldn't care less about these MFers. So on to the next. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever done anything to make somebody stay with me. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that.
Not necessarily stay with me, but I've done some crazy things while in love with somebody. Like some really
I
crazy
mean, I want to
things.
go fight.
Oh, you done some crazy things. And I'm not going to put you out there?
Put me out there because I don't recall. You know, I can't compartmentalize.
Okay, well, let me just use some context clues and then you keep going.
Okay.
Baby stroller,
I don't know what that is.
door knock, baby stroller.
That's when I went to fight.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only situation that I can recall, and that was my pride on the line. Y'all, basically, I went through my ex-boyfriend's email, found out he was cheating on me. I already knew he was cheating on me. I just didn't have no evidence, and it was in the email. God placed that young lady's email, home address in them emails, and I showed up. That's it. Ready to fight. And a couple years ago, I seen her, and that's in Camp Creek, and she held the door for me, and she knew it was me because you know when people pause, I'm like, give me the goddamn door, get out my face. But anyway, that's it though. You know that situation, I feel like I already didn't even like him, and I got with him anyway. And you do me like you got that. Y'all, that was I will say I did some crazy stuff. I did crazy stuff in the end of that relationship because I was so livid that I was being disrespected like I was. And I made the man quit his job and everything because he was scared to show up to work. He thought I was gonna fight him after he found. Because after I showed up to her house, I replied to the email and told them what I did.
I don't know about y'all listening to this story, but it sounds very Christiani to me.
Baby, I was like 21. I'm 32.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking, but it's still a part of me. So I
It ain't a part of me. Listen,
don't
that
do
was
it
the
no
last time
more.
I cared.
I don't do it. I don't do that anymore. I don't act like that. I'm mature. I'm adult now. But I'm just saying, I've been there, and she's young. Yeah,
I can't. Yeah, see, I just be forgetting stuff like that because it's been so long ago. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Sometimes people take you to a point, but for that situation, I was really hurt. So I'm like, oh, you about to be hurt. Your family member about to be hurt. But I could have definitely went to jail. I definitely should have went to jail, but thank God I didn't. Anyway, nobody got hurt. Anyways, all right, let's move on to shop talk. So,
I got my monkeypox shot.
hey, that mean you went to a bathhouse?
Told them folks I was at that I led a sex party, more than 25 men. Well, see, I ain't never did no shit like that in my life. I scammed the government. I lied and told them I was a whore.
Stop. Okay, please stop. Oh, hold up. Shop talk. Let me tell y'all something. I told you I never been a hater. and I stand on what I say.
Yeah, let's go.
I like Megan Thee Stallion album. And y'all know I always talk about how I think the girl can rap, but I do not like her music. And this album is, if it sound like this every time, and I have actually listened to all of her projects. That's a fact, right hand on the Bible. But and I always give it a chance because I like her as a person, just not as an artist. So I would listen to her projects and I'm just like, I don't like it. I don't like her cadence. It's the same thing I say every time. Or her slash flow. And in this project, she changed it up and no skips except
No
for Pressurelicious. Girl, you need to get a refund from Future. I do not like that song at all. I don't even know what the man's saying. But
I'm
I actually really
pressing.
like her album from front to back. I mean, she really did her thing. And then towards the end, I think the last four, I just didn't love it. But to me, that's still a great track. Like that's like,
Yeah.
I wrote it on my way to Alabama, and I mean, I'm like, dang, this is okay. I don't know how many more times I'll play it because I'm not really a run it back type of person unless it's like City Girls esque. But she did a great job. I'll give her that. I gotta say it.
Um. Yeah.
I'm waiting to
Honestly,
have that same reaction for Nicki Minaj.
okay. I feel like this probably is one of my favorite Megan projects because like you said, it was different, and I feel like the stuff that she was talking about, I really felt her. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot
She
of the
would
stuff.
get real deep and then start talking about her coochie though. I'm like, Megan,
Yeah.
you
I
don't
mean,
do the whole
she gotta feed the crowd at the end of the day.
but she was really talking about some real stuff, and I'm just like, come on now, don't. But do your thing. But like I said, she did a great job. I really seriously enjoy her project. It was a lot of just a lot of good. Like that's the creativity I think that creates longevity to me. I'm no A&R, but I really didn't like the way she rapped on her prior projects.
Period.
It's just
So also if y'all didn't know, the Queen, aka me, I worked on her new video that just came out. Her that she
yeah,
just dropped
she,
from
she,
the album. Hey,
her.
hey.
Now she snapped on that too. I like that. So I ain't know when I saw a clip of her performing. I think on Good Morning America. I'm like, now what is this? But when you hear the song, I'm like, okay, I like this. I like this.
It's cute.
It's interesting. Everybody doing this house. I wonder if they be like, if everybody be gossiping around the industry, like, hey, y'all know these house beats finna be up. You better
They
hop
do.
on the wave. Oh,
They
okay.
do. I've been in rooms where people are like, "Oh, so and so is experimenting with these type of sounds," but you never know if they're gonna use it or not. They
So you
just
could
it's
be the
just
trailblazer and don't even only because you overheard something
yeah.
and you
So
get the
it's
credit for it.
and it's so funny too because a lot of people they be like, "Oh, they all dropping this because of Beyonce and Drake," but realistically, that song probably could have been recorded so long ago.
I know. I've seen some comments like that. They was like, she probably been recorded. I mean, she probably recorded this yesterday. But I'm like, first of all, this style of music is not old, whatsoever. And if we want to give some credit, we got to give it to Azalea Banks. Not that she was the first, but she definitely was a rapper that
Yeah,
was
she
using
was
that
a
kind of
trailblazer
sound
in that type of
in
rap
this
for sure.
era. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I liked it. She snapped. I mean, genuinely, I really did like her project, and I'm not ashamed to say that. And if I don't like the next one, I'm gonna say that too. But I like it, and I'm gonna keep giving it a chance. 'Cause that's what I do. 'Cause that's the kind of person I am. Okay. Anyway, you got anything to add?
We love and appreciate an honest Aquarius. Okay.
Hello, somebody. You got something you want to add to Shop Talk?
Yeah, it's a lot that happened this week. Let's see. Um, who. So the girl who took that picture in front of the Rattler
Oh
thing
my
at
god.
FAMU, she's
Yeah.
now being investigated.
What is that
Um,
to investigate? She was naked on campus.
um,
I'm
they're trying to withhold her. They're being investigated because they're trying to withhold her diploma.
I mean, unfortunately, this is my thing. Does she plan to actually work for somebody putting something like that out there? I think I'm all for people being open about their sexuality, but I think that people are beyond over sexualizing themselves in our environments. Like it's like where do you draw the line? I saw a video of this lady pleasing herself on a jumping out of an airplane on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do feel like because people try to act like they don't understand that either. Like you can be okay with people being sexual beings, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that it's you know when you doing too much. I mean, that's just with anything in life. You know when you're
Yeah.
doing too much, and granted, we do have like uh free to be, we can be freely who we want to be, but I think that sometimes people do take it a little too far. Like I really hate when people, like I understand OnlyFans is a thing, but I really hate when I see people who um have those freak pages that are like, oh, in public, and I'm in my head,
Be
all
in
I
the
can think
middle.
about
I've
is
seen
like,
people literally in the
yeah,
middle of downtown in the street
I
on the
think that,
highway.
yeah, like it's always like some weird shit. I remember one time my mom, her car was messed up. She had to get on a train, and she told me that some guy had like exposed himself to her on the train before, and she
That
was
happened to
like
me.
mortified about that shit. So me thinking about shit like that, and then just noticing that, knowing that like kids are on those public transits and how young we were when we saw, because I've seen shit like that. It's just weird.
That's
It's just
happened to me on the train and at the train station 2 different times. It's really sick. And you're right, because I think one of my biggest concerns for this upcoming generation is they are exposed to a whole lot very soon. Like they're living lives of late 20, early 30-year-olds, and they're not even 18 years old yet. And I feel like sometimes that can distract the natural learning process. Now, I'm no scientist or philosopher, so I could be wrong. But some of the stuff I've seen in some of these kids, they lack so many communication skills,
yes,
and they lack social skills. They don't even, their importance is on reactions and just like having photos for evidence, I guess. Like taking photos of everything, recording everything. That's not really new. It's just that we have phones that can capture this stuff. But I think that people, sex is obviously for pleasure, but there's so many other things that come with that: risk to illness, having kids you can't take care of, having kids and can't abort it. It can lead to darn addiction and mental illness. There's so many things. It's never just there for pleasure. So I think that people should be mindful of that. On top of that, it's unsanitary. Like I don't want to see that. I don't want to be around it. And I feel like because it is something that is intimate, there's a reason why we wear clothes. Okay, Adam and Eve did day one, and so now we wear clothes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is something that's very private, and we should not. We should be able to go into public places
yeah.
and
Like
not
even my straight
experience that.
friends, I've had complain on on social media how they was trying to just have a normal day at the gym, and then they go in the locker room and some crazy shit is going on in there, and I'm just like, I never, you know what I'm saying? Like the video just makes me like uncomfortable
Yeah.
when those videos pop up, because I'm like, whatever. I'm a grown ass man, so of course I've seen porn and stuff before, but I think it was when those videos when people just be in the middle of traffic and
I literally saw a video of
accident.
a guy dressed as a clown having sex on the side of you know where the Grady Loop is before you
Yeah,
get
the
on
dirty
20
curd.
on the
Hmm.
side. Like I'm like, are you sick? You actually can't escape this if the police roll up.
I'm telling you, let me tell you something about
I feel like they should be registered sex offenders.
they do when they get caught. That's exactly what happens to them.
Oh, okay, good, because you're offending me sexually.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you get. That's why I'm like, how are y'all just not like you're gonna ruin your life all because you're trying to fulfill a fan. You actually have a mental issue.
And you want to get some content. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really weird. There are really not a lot of boundaries. I feel like like sexual censorship has gotten less and less over the years. I mean, you think about it. I mean, there were times when women wasn't even wearing dresses, and not that that's relevant necessarily, but I'm just saying how covered up people were. People have always had sex. People have always made porn. People have always done these different activities, but it was not always as accessible or public. I mean, literally, I can go on Twitter and have no control about porn being posted on my darn timeline. I hate it. I hate that. I really do. I could be at church about to pass communion, but needing to check the time, and I got sex on my phone.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on for that. Yeah, I saw the girl pictures. They really didn't even slap for real, but we're not gonna go there. The fact that she got a master's degree and that was what she decided to put out. It's like, do you seriously do? I mean, not that everybody needs to work jobs, but I would hope if you went to school for a master's degree that you plan on working for somebody and not
Mm.
just yourself, because you ain't have to go to school to work for yourself.
Maybe she's studying anatomy.
Well, she needs some
Um,
scrubs instead of scrubbing the ground.
yeah. Okay. So this B2K thing is getting really weird, and it's really sad to say
It
because
is.
I am, I try to have this conversation with my other friends, but I don't think that they had like a real, I guess like I ain't gonna say
Infatuation.
they have a real childhood, but I know us and the people that we were around, we loved like the teenage
Yes.
superstars during that time. So we
Yes.
love
These people who we was standing for that didn't even make it past the first song drop.
no for real. And there was people that song didn't even hit the radio. Miranda,
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
I was born.
can you? I want to know where Miranda is at. Do you remember the Hamptons? I used to say they look like three grown men. It was like some young boys. They came out after You remember? It don't even matter. You remember In Tune when
I
Lloyd was
remember
in
it.
it? I was playing Ready the other day. I was like, I don't know where this thought came from, but I had to play that song.
So they keep going online just trying to paint Omarion as like a bad person and saying that he's doing this stuff, and I find it fucked up, and I really think that they're doing that just because he's coming out with that book, just basically talking about
Or a
how
documentary, or is he doing both?
I know he has a book. I don't know about the documentary. I ain't know about that,
Oh, okay.
but I think it's just like so fucked up that they doing that because I feel like they're doing that just because of the book is coming out, and I feel like Omarion over the years, he is a very corny person. I will say that he's very corny, but in a cute way to me. But I do feel like he has had to do a lot of healing just because he's seen so much shit around him and been through a lot in this industry, and so he's done his part from the outside looking in because I don't know him personally, but it just backfired on them because now he released some footage of J Bug taunting Raz B with a shirt that reads "I don't feel safe" because
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Raz B during the tour didn't feel safe. He felt like somewhere Chris Stokes was around, he was going to pop up, and of course, you know that he has history of um,
Being sexually abused
molestation
by
and
him,
sexual
yeah.
abuse with him. So of course he don't want to be around his abuser. And for Jay Boog to make a joke out of that or even be really insensitive to some shit like that just really shows his character and where he stands as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I saw that video clip. I didn't get to finish it, but it really annoyed me. But I also feel like all of them are guilty of some kind of something. I know Omarion preaches this peacefulness, but I wouldn't doubt that he played a part in a lot of the downfall of BTK also. I
Oh
just
yeah,
think
no,
that
for sure.
I
And not
think a
even
lot of it could also be rooted in favoritism or envy because apparently Omarion wasn't an original member of the group, but then look at how far he succeeded. And I think they really took their verses as the opportunity to like attack him.
yeah, for sure. Um, Even when I was looking at some of the interview, they were talking about the verses. He was the first one to talk. He was like, honestly, I think that Omarion, he said, I think he did really good. Like I liked it. And then Lil Fizz was like, this nigga. Like, no, you didn't. Why would you sit there and lie? You know you ain't like that shit. And he probably genuinely did, but how you gonna tell
Right,
me
but he's
how
trying to group think, don't want him. You know how folks, but they want everybody to hate you together. Join the
he feel?
fan club. Yeah, it's too bad, but I feel like that's what happens when you force the same three people to do everything together for money for a long time. I mean, granted, they're all grown now, but I mean, it's just not necessarily possible. I hope that never happens to JT and Young Miami, even though people tried to pull that apart in his last episode of Carisha Please. But I think that people it's like it's not the same, but this is how I think of like high school sweethearts. I always feel like it's a terrible idea because you have to grow in different stages of life. You met at such a young age and not even realizing so much about you it hasn't even developed. You don't know how to run a business, you don't know how to make money, you don't have any true structure, and you have to do all those things and learn all those things with these same people who are also learning the same lessons, who haven't even become who they really are going to be. And so people like fans expect them to continue the show, but it's like I can't because I hate this person actually
Mm,
because of what they did. And they didn't let it go. They let the money get to them. They let the fame get to them. They stole my baby mama. Like it's just a lot.
too much.
A lot.
And
Yeah.
then he got mad because Omarion dropped his kids off at their mom's house and he was there and he didn't speak to him. That's weird.
Yeah, apparently they wasn't even talking at that time, which to me is crazy because Lil Fizz, why would you even cross that line? And I don't, yeah, it's a lot. So I
Weirdo.
thought they had a documentary. I thought that on the Shade Room they said that clip was from the documentary. That's where I got that perception from. A shame. So anyway, so basically somebody leaked a discovery document from this YSL case, and so people have gotten names of witnesses and cooperatives in the case, and they are bullying them on social media. I actually think that's really scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not here for the snitching per se, but I'm just saying, like, the fact that people are, leaking that kind of information. People are going on their kids' pages, leaving hateful comments. It's like your family not even safe off of something that they had nothing to do with. Hopefully, they had nothing to do with it anyway, but
Yeah.
it's just weird. This fan stuff, like I said before, like a lot of these fans be claiming these gangs, like claiming YSL, claiming whatever or whatever. Oh, I'm not gonna say gangs, these labels, these groups, but they don't even really know the real context of the real life of these people. They just like the acronym and the logos, and they want to be a part of it. So it's like the police can't even treat it as like just fans. They gotta take it seriously because it's like y'all need these witnesses. But
Yeah.
even though if he's a witness, he has to take the stand anyway. But I just don't like. I don't know. I don't like that kind of stuff. That's kind of scary.
Um, Unfortunately, this is the life that these men chose, and
Mm-hmm.
it
You're right.
sucks that their family has to play a part in this. But honestly, this has been going on so long. Like I'm not really familiar with a lot of like the crack era, during the 80s, and I just know what I see now on the remakes of movies and stuff because my mom didn't allow me to watch shit like that. So now I'm looking at it and I'm like, honestly, they still doing this. Like, it's so much shit that they still doing, and how
When
they
you say
put their
still doing,
family,
what you talking about?
like, putting their families in danger. Like, I
Mhm.
watched Snowfall, and it's pretty much the same thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't really care about protecting you. They just want to charge somebody for the crime and keep it pushing.
yeah, for sure. So I do feel like they're probably gonna end up charging him with everything, and just he ain't gonna get out. I feel bad, but honestly, you do the crime, you do the
Do the
time. I
crime,
know
do the
that's so
time. Yeah,
petty. That's petty to say, but realistically, like, you gotta
I
kind of,
get it. I hope
you
Mariah
know,
scientists find a new man. All right, sorry. Okay.
she just taking the money. Dang, can she get her little check real quick?
I know the baby can't sing, so she can sing, but she's not a singer. If that makes sense.
I love Mariah. Okay, I'm gonna just say that.
That's good. All right. Anyway, so I don't really have a lot from Shop Talk to contribute. I actually had a little subject I think I wanted to speak on and see what your thoughts are. Um,
Okay, run it to me.
um, Hold on. I'm sorry. I be sleeping when we record at night. Okay, so I see this like logic on social media a lot, especially when you read the comments or the tweet replies. Like I feel like we talked about this a little bit last week, but I so there I get a lot of home buying videos on my for you page. Like, that's like the stuff that's like my area of expertise, I guess. And so people be like, "Hey, so I saw this is the specific video I saw. And this is actually what I do." Somebody was like, "This is how you build wealth in real estate. You buy a home, you live in it for 2 years, you sell it or you rent it out and you buy another one and you repeat the cycle every 2 years." And the reason why they said that is because when you have a home and you sell it after 2 years, you're not responsible for the tax on the money that you made off of it. So you basically get free money off of basically out of moving. And that's what I be doing. I don't look at my buying real estate as my forever home. I look at it as like a dramatic savings account. Like buy this place, sell it, blah blah. People in the comments was like, I need y'all to stop trying to force home buying on us. I can't afford a house. Stop doing this. Stop telling poor people to buy real estate. And I'm just like, I genuinely understand like seeing somebody telling you to do something that you literally cannot do. But it's like, then you're not the target audience for this video because somebody is looking at this and they can relate to it. And I see it so much like people will be like, oh, I need to get my nails done. I want this design. Stop flaunting this type of stuff in the pandemic. Like when like for example, when was it the Kardashians that had that big birthday party during the pandemic and people was mad because of the times that we was in? I'm just like, they not affected by it probably.
The
You know what
kid,
I'm
it
saying?
was a kids party, I think, and they was doing that.
Yeah, and it is irresponsible, but it's not realistic to ask people to necessarily stop certain things because you're not able to obtain it yet. But I see it all the time. Anytime it's something about finances, I think that there is something for everybody to benefit from. And no, everybody cannot buy a house. Everybody should not buy a house. We get it. But for this particular person, this worked for them. So they're sharing that information. So I just don't know. Like, do you see those type of comments on certain stuff? Like I think I mentioned last week about this girl named Drea tweeting about how much she loved her body, and this girl replied saying that it makes her feel bad seeing her tweet about herself. And it's like that ain't what the
Girl, go home.
exactly. I wanna go, but I just hate this whole like victim audit, like this
Yeah.
victim think stuff that I
I
see
feel
all the time.
like I do feel I do. So what I really enjoy about this generation is that they are so outspoken and they fight for what they want,
Mm-hmm.
and they, you know what I'm saying? Like they're fearless for the most part. But what I will say is that I think that people abuse the power that they have,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just across the board. Because I feel like that about white people. I feel like that about black people. I feel that about gay people. I feel like people abuse certain things. They see that, okay, this is a weak spot. We know that if
Mm-hmm.
we use these certain words in this certain
Mm-hmm.
tone,
Oh, some
and
certain
we
words.
use and we say it in a certain way that we can get a reaction out of everybody, and they're going to end up trying to be on our side, whether we're wrong or right. But
Mm-hmm.
just because we've used these terms
Yeah, it's
and
like you beating people into submission. It's
it's not
bullying. It's really bullying.
it's not cool. I just I don't consider myself an activist, but I do try to use my platform to just express my thoughts on certain conversations like racism, homophobia, transphobia, those type of things where I see people who are immediately around me affected, or even myself. I try to speak on those. Uh, just because I'm human, you know what I'm saying? I see these things happening. I have a platform where people literally watch pretty much everything that I do. So why not do that? But I also know that sometimes people just be reaching. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying? Like I feel like one of my problems, and this is kind of similar to what you were talking about, but I know this is a problem that I really see that I hate, is when people panhandle online. So they get on and they make these flyers. Oh, this black POC, queer,
Oh my
this black queer
goodness.
POC um,
It's houseless.
is houseless, and they need funds for rent and
They
hormones,
use all the buzzwords.
all the buzzwords.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
I see it a lot.
realistically, I have an issue with that because, granted, if you need help, I do think that people are, open to ask for help. But when people do those type of things, I shouldn't see you out enjoying drugs and partying
Being irresponsible.
and being irresponsible and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's like that's the problem that I have with that. It's like you're not even. This is how you got yourself in this situation in the beginning.
Yeah,
So
I know some real situations where somebody has used all those terms, you qualify for all those categories, needed money because their landlord is apparently being a dick, but turns out they just didn't pay rent. They spent it on like drugs and stuff like that.
see what I'm
But
saying?
and it's sad because they use all those buzzwords to garner like sympathy and get what they want, and still turn around and not do it. And that's if you give them from the heart, it's not really about what they do with it because you gave with the right intention. But it is very exploitive, I guess you could say. It's
Yeah.
not fair, and it's like robbery. But I know some people who are always begging for money online, and then I see them buying all these designer stuff and sneaker stuff, and I'm just like, I can't tell you what to do with your money per se, but I am allowed to have an opinion on you asking for money next week because you need food to feed your children. Like you need to feed them those shoestrings from Jordans you bought them. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, like I don't know. I see people, and even I've made a lot of irresponsible purchases in my life, but honestly, I don't regret it. I don't regret none of it because I remember at one point in time, I had to steal underwear out of the store to have it.
You
You know what
have
I'm
to.
saying?
Yeah.
I
You stole a
mean,
lot more than underwear. You stole the whole outfit, and you was switching tags.
it's like give a person an inch, they take them out. But I'm
Sorry,
saying, like, now I'm able to do certain things, so of course I'm not gonna feel bad. Now, of course, I'm gonna feel dumb when I ain't got no money.
but in that moment, you thought you was doing what you had to do.
Yeah, in that moment, I did. But I just feel like, to piggyback off of what you were saying about the people in the comments, that particular situation, honestly, people just have to get over it. There are rich people in the world and there are poor people in the world. Um,
Literally.
There's always going to be somebody with more money than you or whatever.
Mhm.
Everybody's not all looking at those videos and those posts at the same way. Now, you can always tell
Exactly.
when somebody is doing things to brag, but sometimes people just genuinely enjoy having nice things, and there's nothing wrong with that if it's in your budget. Even if it's not in your budget, it still ain't nobody business. You irresponsible as hell, and you're not even supposed to be doing this for real, but it's still nobody's business. So you can't tell me that I'm not supposed to be wearing this or posting outfits with this
Right,
on.
to make you comfortable. It's like we're living life. And I really hate how much people hate rich people. I think it's strange, especially when we are contributing to making them rich.
Yeah, and also I don't appreciate how when people feel like they know people with money or work around people with money that's their obligations to ask them for money.
Right. Right. And you know what I was just saying the other day? Just because somebody has a certain net worth or whatever, that doesn't mean they literally have that money and they don't have to give it to you. And I hate this. I do not want to sound like I'm being like classes or anything like that. But I really am an advocate for people like getting it out the mud, but not like on the backs of somebody else. Like I mean like just doing what you got to do to make ends meet. And that's gonna lead to, like earning what you're supposed to have. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah.
it won't always work like that for people, but I agree. I just feel like, just because somebody has money doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't mean they owe you money. It doesn't mean that they were unethical about how they acquired their wealth. We all get the same 24 hours. And I know that we don't all get the same opportunities, but I think that it's not always the case where you have to be stuck in that circumstance. You need to look at things in a different light, I would think.
Yeah.
And I
And,
know they don't apply. It's just
I
some people who
personally get offended by stuff like that because I've actually went through poverty and just like
Hello, me too. Me too. I got PTSD from
I,
being poor. And
that's what
it's
I'm
people
saying.
I know grew up in privilege who be coming to me for advice about stuff. And there's no problem with that. But I'm just saying, like, we have been side by side with people who have blue opportunities to be in better predicaments. They like the idea of not having to put in their effort and having somebody come save them. And it's just not cool.
Nobody, and I'm here to tell y'all nobody is coming. It don't matter
Hello,
what happened in your
somebody.
life, nobody is coming to save you. So
Yeah. Them PPP loans gone. And some of y'all, nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. Just know
don't say
some of y'all
that.
finna lose y'all Section 8. Because they want their money back. Okay.
They finna lose Section 8.
People already lost it. Some people actually did lose their Section 8 when they got PPP loans because they monitor your account. And they like, well, you don't need our help no more. But I'm saying
Yeah.
I think that when they start this little program where they auditing folks, I think that they're gonna ask for that money back first before they start taking folks to jail. And people ain't gonna be able to make their rent payment. They got to choose jail or might as well.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so yeah,
You really just take stuff too far.
I tried to rhyme it. But yeah, I don't know. I just get annoyed by that because it's such a buzzkill, man. It's like if it's not for that's just like saying like telling YouTube to stop showing you ads when you watching videos. Like if it's not for you, then hit skip. Like
Yeah. Keep scrolling. Don't
it's
like
like
it.
people just want sympathy, man. It annoys me so much. And I know with the internet, these situations and people are not necessarily real. It is only a reflection of the people that decided to post when they post it. It does not reflect the entire, community of human beings. But anyway, all right.
Sorry. I'm watching somebody beg that weed man on Instagram and it's hilarious.
Big.
You're begging them to wake up so they can buy weed.
Oh my God.
Mm. 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 I'm telling y'all need to start acting right on social media. We need social media etiquette.
Social media has come such a long way. Do you remember our biggest issue was our top five? Now, don't get it wrong. People definitely used to be bullying on social media back in the day too. It's just that there was no such thing as a retweet. I feel like that changed the game.
For sure.
Like, cause you would have to go to somebody's page to fight. You remember MySpace? They used to be arguing on the wall on the comments, but it was just like a local thing. And now we all up in UK drama, Brazil drama. It's like Jesus, where is the peace?
Ain't no peace, no justice, no peace. And that's on Tamika Mallory.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, y'all, I just, just keep an open mind for stuff. just because people are sharing financial advice, it does not mean that they're telling you, they're making you somebody who's not able at that moment. And it's like another thing too. While they're saying stop telling poor people to buy houses, how you know you can't benefit from this information in the long run? If somebody would have told me about that concept a long time ago, baby.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't always have to apply to you right then, but some things you can just take in and use further down the road.
Yes, seriously,
I think that
seriously.
people just so it's. I mean, we in a situation with everybody where everybody is just out for self. So I get it, and you looking for stuff to relate to. But honestly, everybody is different. You're not gonna relate to everything, and that's okay. You don't have
Exactly.
to. It's, that message isn't for you. Move on.
Yeah, it's not
Follow
for you
people
right now.
who have your type of message. You know,
Oh, method. You just like the girls.
I'm not because we don't. I don't know nothing about no method, nothing.
Me either, but I know when they say method, they ain't talking about the man.
BOA, HML, hit my line. You got BOA, you got Navy Federal.
Oh,
Y'all
honey.
playing with Navy Federal, y'all going to jail.
Hello, I had to stop going on my brother page because I'm like, I don't even want to know. Thanks. Anyway, all right, let's wrap this thing up. What you got coming up?
I have no clue.
Y'all,
Uh,
I'm not going to Korea no more.
she is postponing her trip. Let her
Yeah,
stop it.
postponing, but I was really looking forward to it. I can't lie though, I will say this. I was a little anxious about I got a trip that's coming up with for my cousins. 2 weeks after that, I was going to Korea for a week, and then shortly after that, I was gonna go to one music fest. Then a couple days after that, I was going to a wedding. And I did feel like that was a lot. I'm still very serious about COVID, so I like to space out my engagements so I can just know for sure that everything is all right. So I did feel a little weird about that, especially with this monkeypox stuff going. But I really was looking forward to Korea, and obviously we can still go. We can go at a later date, but that does clear up my calendar a little bit, so that allows me one event in August, one in October. Because I'm trying to get rid of my one music fest tickets. If y'all want a VIP ticket to one music fest, hit my line. I pay $500, but I can give it to you for a lower price if you meet the
And she
buzzword.
also do BOA.
I don't do no methods but PayPal. I don't even know if I do that.
uh,
No, but
PayPal
one music
actually
fest
been
has
doing me
this.
dirty lately. I don't fuck with PayPal. I used to love PayPal, but they don't
Yeah.
be giving people their money back now.
One Music Fest has a system for reselling tickets. It's called Light Lyte, and so you can just list it on there. And if somebody's looking for your ticket, then they'll just go on there and they'll buy it and they'll let you know. But that's it. But anyways, I'm not looking to go anymore. I'm just way too anxious about being around all those folks. I can't help it. Maybe if I still have my ticket when they announce the schedule, that might make a change of heart. But I'm not comfortable going, and there's no way for me to feel safe going, even if I do have VIP. So.
Yeah. I'm honestly trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. My niece is having a baby shower next month, so I have to go home for that. And then I am planning.
Hey, we need to go get some food or something. You act like you can't see me when you come here. You don't like me?
I'm sorry. I'm actually gonna stay for a couple days so I can visit
It's
everybody.
okay.
No,
It's all right. I'll see you I actually when if you come with me to Korea, maybe I can fly to LA and we can fly to no?
flower.
I can fly to LA and we can fly to Korea together.
Oh, you saying before? Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, since you don't
But
want
I'm
to
being
tell
at that.
me.
I'm saying we can do something when I come in here, girl.
Okay, make sure you
We
take a
we gonna
COVID
figure that
test.
out. So I'm. You said what?
I said make sure you take a COVID test.
Man, get out of here. My COVID test always be took for work every week.
Amen.
I don't pay for COVID tests because I get them for free.
Me either.
I
I get
actually
mine for
get
free from the
paid.
government.
I actually get paid to take COVID tests. Ain't that
Okay,
crazy?
cool. Anyway, all right, we get off topic.
No, so when I'm coming to Atlanta, so I'm trying to figure that out, and then I am planning to come for the holidays. I'm not coming for Thanksgiving, but I will come for Christmas because I want to stay through New Year's Eve. Uh,
Who you gonna stay with? Or you gonna get a hotel?
as of now, me and Zay have a little barter system. When he come out here, he stay with me. When I come out there, I stay with them.
Oh,
So,
ain't that cute?
so I do that, but I do plan on going to see my other family, other side of the family I never see when I come
In
for Christmas.
Palmetto?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down there, I think. But my sister be acting real funny about her little
Well,
car.
for good reason.
Why?
Ain't it cause of
No.
oh, okay, sorry.
Wrong, nah, she, I don't know what that means, but I'll call you
All right,
that.
let's wrap this thing up. We ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see y'all next week. Y'all know what it is with me. Y'all know what the vibes is. We'll see
It's
y'all
the
next
Mother
week.
City girls.
Period.
All
And I'm
right.
back.
Holla
Yeah,
at your girl.
in your twirl.